This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning all and welcome back to the session. This is Big Data Masters program. Friends, in previous session we have gone through with how to take look and feel of the data set that you are dealing with. Okay, in order to design an application or in order to build an application, what you need to have input. Then what you need to do, you need to process that particular input. Okay, and finally you will be writing the data on a particular location in terms of report, charts, dashboard, or you can club it with certain machine learning algorithm in order to predict the outcome as well, in order to have the future predictions. Okay, so that is the stuff in order to build an application. We have seen how to read the data. Okay, there are different aspects while reading the data, and we have gone through with standard data read API. With respect to standard data read API, over there we have seen certain stuff like the format. We can mention the different file formats. Then if the file is having header, then we can set it to true. If the file is not having header, then we can remove this. Okay, and infer schema true. So Spark is going to analyze your data, and based upon Spark understanding, it is going to provide the schema to your data set. Okay, then mode permissive, like three types of modes are there: permissive, fail first, and drop malformed. And permissive is the default mode, and we have, like, based upon these particular modes, we will be able to tackle with the corrupted data. Then location is there where the data is available, and then we are going to load up. It might be possible, say you are having multiple files on a particular location. Okay, let me show you something. Let's proceed now. So PySpark. So this is PySpark 5. So I think Vikas was asking. Okay, so if the file is not having header, okay, if the file is not having header, let me big data factory, big data program 2GBBH. Let me show you the data. Over here, we are having this particular data set. Just have a look and feel. So this particular data set is having the columns, column names. Okay, so what we can do, we can set header true, and these particular column names will be taken as the schema, or as the column names, and it is going to, you can say, neglect first row of the record, first row of this particular file, that will be taken as a header. And for rest of the rows, these are rows basically, for rest of the rows, Spark is going to pick one by one. Say serial number is picked, it is going to analyze the data, and based upon the Spark analysis, it is going to provide the schema. Okay, provide the data type basically, to this particular column. The same thing will happen to the rest of the columns as well. Just have a look. So we are having PyCharm ID, and in this particular PyCharm ID, what we are doing, we are defining the schema. Oh, sorry, we are defining, creating the Spark session and all. So Spark session is this one, and we are reading the data. Okay, so format is CSV, header is true, that is perfectly fine. And then what we are having in for schema, it is set to true, and mode is permissive. And let me try to say df.show. Okay, so it will list the top 20 records from this particular file. Just have a look. Let me execute it. So the execution has been started, and we can verify, we can validate it onto the Spark UI as well. Soon we will be able to see the link for Spark UI. Okay, so it will come. So the execution has been started. Over here we are able to see, and setting the default logging level to, we will discuss about the logging levels as well. Okay, there are different logging levels, say warnings, errors. Okay, and if you don't want to see warnings, you just want to see errors only, So you can set the logging levels. So over here, what we are able to see, we are able to see top 20 records from this particular file. Okay, and the first you can say row is taken as a header. Now let me remove this particular line. Okay, header true. Okay, now header is not there. So what the Spark will do, Spark is uh, checking the file, checking the this particular file onto this particular location, and over here header is not set. Header is not set to true. So what it will do, it will consider this particular record row as the data, okay, on which like we will be working. So it is going to define the columns by itself. Just have a look. So we are mentioning infer schema. Okay, so what it will do, like it is going to create the column c1 c2 c3 in this particular way, because header is set to header is not defined over here. Okay, just have a look. So C0, C1, C2, these are the columns which are available, and this particular header is taken as the record, as a record, not a header, right? Vikas, are you able to get?
Yeah, so this one I understand, but my question is for example, like only
If
header you already removed, okay, and
okay,
CSV
so,
having
so
how to
just a minute.
like if we can remove the infer schema also, then how to define schema here in this
Just a
like
minute.
based on
Just a
this
minute.
CSV file?
Just a minute. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so let me copy these particular names. Okay, so let me remove this particular line, and that's it. Now
Yes, right.
what I need to do, I need to define the schema. Okay, I need to
Mm-hmm.
define the schema, and what I need to do, I need to remove the infer schema as well.
Yes, correct.
Sorry.
No, no, you removed more.
Hmm. Dot schema, and you can mention the schema name. Say schema equal to schema, and you can define the schema over here. So it depends
Mm-hmm.
upon you how you are going to define. So let me take the example, say with the DDL string, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So with respect to the DDL string, what I'm having these particular columns. Let me paste it over here. So serial number is of say integer type, date is of say string type, right? BSC name say string type. Okay. So site name say string type. Hmm.
Yes, sir, so correct.
2G cell name string type. Drop call rate say double type. Drop call rate double. Okay, right. So we have defined this particular schema. Things are looking fine. I'm assuming we have defined it correctly. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's it,
Okay.
right?
Okay, I just
Okay,
want to
and
I just want to know how to define these things. So one question is
uh,
here, Ashok, like we are using the DDL string. So instead of DDL, can we use the programmatically also here?
yes, you can define with that as well. So let's
But
define with that particular approach as well. Okay,
uh,
so let me mention over here.
अच्छा एक चीज
Define
और in
schema
case like
with
DDL is easy as compared to programmatically. So
yes.
anyone can we use, or is there any specific like in some case like we need to go with the
No,
programmatically
no,
or
no.
we,
Like schema is not having the major role. We will be going to perform the calculation onto the data. Schema is
mm,
just a column name. Okay. So from the
okay.
performance perspective, like no major difference is there from both of
Mhm.
these two approaches. Okay. So let's define with programmatically approach.
Mhm.
So defining schema with DDL string. Okay, and defining schema with programmatically. Okay, so what we need to have, we need to move with struct type and struct fields. So schema, it will be equal to what I need to have struct type, and inside the struct type, what I'm having struct fields. Okay, I think from it will be easy to define it over here. Spelling mistake will not be there. So schema struct type. I need to import struct type. Struct type is there. Okay, struct type, struct field, and then I need to mention the field name. Say the name is serial number. Serial number is of what? This is of integer type. Integer type. Integer type. That is fine.
As compared to programmatically, no, DDL is easy.
Yes, that is there. Struct field. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to so serial number, the second one is date, third one is BSc name, B2G site name, cell name, drop call rate. Okay, okay, so then integer type, perfect. Date is of say string type, string type. Started, closed.
I think one more bracket in the end before the.
Yes.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Ashok.
Oh, sorry. I don't know like why it is going in mute state. Huh? Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ashok.
Okay, I don't know like why it is going in mute. Huh? I was speaking. Okay, Vikas, are you able to hear? No voice, Vikas, no voice.
Yes, Ashok, you are audible. Hello.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
So what we have done over here, we have programmatically defined the schema. Okay, and this approach will work. Now just have a look. Okay, so same stuff. Huh? We are able to get the same output. Huh? Serial number, date, BSc name, each and everything is there. Huh? Right? So this is the way when you are not having a proper schema. When you are not having a proper schema, or if you want your own schema, it might be possible like the column names are there, but if you want to want not to consider the first, you can say, record, then you can like set header to false, and you can have your own schema, and that particular stuff you can do with programmatically and DDL definitions. Huh? So this is the way how you will be able to define the schema. Okay, let me copy and paste it over here. Huh? Okay, so programmatically defining the schema and with DDL string. Huh? So over here, friends, if you are able to see, DDL string is like mentioned in one line only. Huh? Like so from the visualization perspective, this approach is good. Huh? But you can make it this particular approach is you can visualize it in a good way as well. Let's have a look. Okay, so what you can do, you can like mention it in this particular way. Okay, you can mention it in this particular way. Okay, you can define the schema in this particular way as well. Right, and it will also work. Date. Okay, so schema equal to this, and just have a look. So you can have the better visualization as well. Okay, so it is working, right? Fine. So what you can do, you can paste it over here as well. So depends how you are going to visualize it, how you are going to describing it. Okay, but the ultimate goal is to define the schema for the data set that you are having. Okay, perfect. Moving further, what we are going to do, we are going to perform certain operations. So our journey is like this. Say, first we are going to have the input of our data. Then what we have done, we have taken the look and feel of our data set. Okay, so with respect to the look and feel, we have gone through with different operations, different functions we have tried. Say we have taken the count of the data, we have taken the top and records from the given data, last records. Okay, columns, how many columns are there? If like we need to perform the joins and all, then like the column will need to come in, column names will come into the picture. Okay, over here as well, like say your data set is having the column names. Your data set is having column names, but what you want to define your own schema. So what you can do, you can take the column names, set header to false, and define your own schema, remove the infer schema, mention the schema that you have defined, and that particular approach will work. So different functions are there which are required in order to take look and feel, or in order to ease your work. So we have gone through with different functions in our previous session. Okay, describe is there, which is going to provide the count, mean, standard deviation, mean, and max from your data set. Like from with respect to each and every column, you will be getting this particular information. Count, mean, standard deviation, uh, minimum and maximum. Then in order to get the physical execution plan, we are having explain. We can write down the explain, df.explain, then it is going to provide us the physical plan, like how the operations will be performed based upon the code that we have written. So explain is there. Then we have gone through with the sample. Say if you are working onto a data set, then it is not recommended you will work with the entire data set. Spark is designed in order to boost the performance, in order to work onto the huge data set. And initially, if you are working onto the huge data set, that will be the time taking process. Say you are having 50 terabytes of data, you are reading that particular data and calculating like the minimum of a particular column. So if you are going to perform that particular operation, that will work onto the data set. But what you can do, you can write a logic that will work onto the sample data, and apply that particular logic onto the entire data. So if logic is working, in order to write down the logic, okay, during the development phase, you can work with sample data. And sample data is the sample from the universe. Okay, in the machine learning terminology, okay, what we are saying, say the universe is the entire data set. The terminology, you need to opt these terminologies as well. Okay, so universe is entire data set, and population or sample is the subset of that universe. Okay, so you are going to take the sample from the universe, and onto that particular sample data, or onto that particular populated data, you are going to work. And the population or the sample can be like 20%, 30%, 10%, or 5% of the entire data set. Okay, that is fine. Then we have seen, okay, these are the operations what we have performed in our previous session. Let's proceed with rest of the operations that we can perform onto the data frames. Okay, so so next operation that we can perform, that is filter. Filter. Okay, filtering the data. Okay, say how to filter is like filter is nothing but say a condition. Based upon that particular condition, we are going to fetch the records from the given data frame. So say what we are having, let me try to copy this, and let me create another file. Okay, rename, where is the rename? Yes, rename. Let me create another Python file. 6, enter, and let me paste the boilerplate code. Boilerplate code is nothing but the code which I'm going to utilize, and it will not be changed from with respect to the previous one. Okay, so what we are doing over here, we are say defining, we are reading a data, defining the schema, and say we are having this much of records. Okay, and what I can do, look and feel instead of look and feel, say processing step 1. Okay, and reading data dot show. Rename. Okay, so let me just take the field of this particular data with reading data dot show. So it is going to list down the top 20 records from this particular data frame. So just have a look. So we are going to list top 20 records from the given data frame, reading data dot show. Okay, so we are having this particular data frame. It is having, say, these are the columns and this is the data. Okay, so let me try to filter the drop call rate. So what I'm going to understand, I'm going to understand the filtering operations, filtering operation, and say df dot filter. Okay, filter, sorry, reading data. In our case, let me mention as df only. Df and df dot show and df dot filter. So df dot filter, and where I'm going to apply the filter, so onto which column, say drop call rate. Onto drop call rate, I'm going to apply the filter, and then drop call rate, and what is the condition, say if the drop call rate is greater than, say 2%, greater than 2, then I'm just going to do what? So what this particular condition will do, it will return a data frame. So I can mention, say drop call rate less, or what I can, it is too big, less than or dcr less than 2. Okay, it will return a data frame. So dcr less than 2, let me try to list the records. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here, I'm applying the filter operation, and this particular filter operation is going to filter the drop call rate from this particular column and less than 2, or let me sorry, greater than 2. So it will going to provide me the list of cells which are having the drop call rate greater than 2. Okay, okay, so just have a look, and let me try to have the execution of this particular data. Okay, so dcr less than 2 will be the another data frame. Dcr less than 2. Okay, so just have a look. Sorry, greater than 2. My mistake, friend. So this is greater than 2, so it is going to provide me the records which are having dcr greater than 2. So I'm able to see the records, uh, like where the dcr is greater than 2%. Okay, so you can apply the condition onto two columns as well. Say dcr less than 2 this is the data frame. And the second condition what you can apply, say and say df and onto this column as well, say greater than say 4, okay, so greater than 4, okay. So dcr, okay, so this is the second condition what you have opted over here, let me do the execution. What has happened? Okay, it is triggering error over here. Okay, what I can do, instead of this, how I can move,
Write down and I write down and not symbol. I think one time I got error due to this symbol only. Write, write down and instead of symbol of and. I
no,
remember
it will work,
one time I got error due to this one time I
and okay, it will also work, we will see the approach. Let's proceed with and, okay, so how it will work, so what I can do, instead of mentioning it in this particular way, what I can do, I can mention it in this particular way, call this is a column and column of this particular data frame, okay, greater
So
than 4.
what is goal here?
column.
Call is going to refer a column name. Call is a keyword. So column of this is, let me try to mention, this is the one, and
In call before the GC drop.
I need to have one more.
Before the GCC drop. Alright.
So this is one condition, call started, closed, okay, started, okay, call I need to mention, okay, and I need to import call as well, okay, perfect,
Acha, Ashok, one thing here,
uh-huh.
like suppose we import call here, like there
Uh-huh.
is no other way, like in a single time we can import everything
There are different
instead.
ways, we will be discussing those particular ways, no need to worry, okay.
Mm, okay.
Okay, so this is one of the way, and let me try to run this. Okay, so the execution has been started. Okay, so just have a look, so we are able to see what, so it is providing me greater than 4 and it is less than sorry, greater than 2, based upon the condition, like I will be able to get. So this is the one way. So over here, what we have seen, like referring the columns. Inside the PySpark friends, there are different ways to refer a column. So previously, what we have done, like we try to mention df and then column name. Okay. So in this particular way, we have worked on. So in this particular way, we have processed, say, df.filter, and over here we have mentioned df and df. Okay, df, and it was like this.
Acha, so if we are having 4 to 5 columns, we need to like put the condition. Then the same way we can like put for the other
Yeah,
column,
you
put the
can
after
mention,
that.
you can
Hmm.
mention in this particular way. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let me comment this one. So df drop call rate. Okay, let me try to have the execution. What is the issue? Data frame object is not callable. Just a minute. So what I need to do? Sorry. Hmm. It should work. It should work. What I'm thinking. Okay, so it's working. Right. The same outcome we are able to get. Okay. So previously, what we have done, we have defined it in this particular way. We have defined it in this particular way. So it was the game of these particular brackets only, right? We need to separate these two conditions, then it will work, right? Fine. Are you able to get?
Right. Yeah. Yes, Ashok, got it.
Okay, so both of these two conditions are working. Perfect. So what we have seen, how to do the filtration. How to do the filtration. So filtration can be done with respect to the values or with respect to the names. Say I just want to have the filtration where the BSc name, BSc name and BSc name say equal what, say RJER. I just want to have this BSc. I just want to apply the filtration based upon this particular name only. Yeah. Okay. The things are looking fine. Let me have the execution. Okay. So df bsc name, if the bsc name is equal to this, then it is going to provide me drop call rate greater than, I just want to have the drop call rate of this particular bsc greater than 2%. I just want to have the cells from this particular BSc which are having the you can say drop call rate greater than 2%. So from this particular BSc we are having two cells only. Okay. Now what we can do, we can apply, we can do the analytics on top of this. Say over here we are listing, we can apply dot count as well. I just want to count the the total number of cells, say print total number of of cells greater than 2%. Okay, and these are less than 2 dot count. Okay, perfect. So it will provide me the count of these particular cells. Okay, so the count of cells, total number of cells greater than 2%, 2. Okay, so what we are able to do over here, we are able to have the analysis or analytics on top of the data. Okay, let me mention over here filtration, filter with multiple columns. Okay, filter with multiple columns. Okay, what we are able to see over here, the drop call rate greater than 2% and this particular BSc. Yeah. Okay, so in this particular way we can proceed. This is like a simple operations what we can do on top of a particular data, right?
Acha, Ashok,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we are applying count rate on DCR less than 2 dot count on the above condition. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we can apply directly on the column, na? The CSV file column or not? Hello.
Where?
Can you check the header of the CSV? You already import layer. They're having the different column BSc name, cell name, ST drop rate, drop call rate.
No,
In
this
the
is not having the header. We have
no
defined the
no
schema.
no, yeah, we define the schema like what I am saying as we can apply directly drop call rate dot column count. Sorry, like if you see na the in the last one in the schema you mentioned that drop call rate double. Okay, instead of we are applying the I think directly we can apply the count function here drop call rate dot count or not, and we can apply the
Over
condition
here,
greater.
over here, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not possible.
Okay.
That is not possible.
Okay.
Over here, you are defining schema. Filtration will be applied after defining the schema, right? Okay. So even dot, it will not take this. It will consider this as a column name,
Okay.
right? Are you able to get?
Yeah, got it.
All of you, are you able to see what Vikas was saying? He's saying why we are not applying dot count function over here. while defining the schema.
Why required? We are
Okay,
defining just the schema. Na?
but that is not possible. Dot count can't be applied over here,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so this is like first operation that we can or function, filter function, and it is going to filter the records based upon the condition. What we are having, we are having where clause as well. Where clause. Okay, so where clause. What I can say, filtering records with where clause. So what I can do, instead of this, df.where, and I can proceed with the same condition. Just have a look, df.where, and let's have a look. So we are able to get the same output. Okay, so what we are able to see over here, where clause, and it is working in the same way, like the filter operation was, the filter function was working. So so this is what I can say, this is identical to the filter functions, and we are able to get the same output, almost the same output, like the total number of cells greater than 2% is 2. Okay, so what we can do, we can apply these particular functions in order to get the insight from the data. So friends, what we are doing over here, we are trying to perform the operations on a particular column. Basically, this is the normal process. So say what we have done, we have read the data. Now the data can have multiple columns. Like we can have 100 of the columns. And based upon 100 of the columns, you can think in this particular way, that you are having certain, say, PM counters. PM counters, raw counters are there, which are given into the CSV file. Now, based upon these raw counters, you need to prepare the KPIs. Okay, you need to create the KPIs, and KPI, say DCR is there. DCR is having its own row counter. CSSR is having its own row counter. So we need to refer those particular columns in order to build a particular KPI, in order to create a KPI, in order to, you can say, have a new column with respect to the KPI name, and that is the outcome onto the different columns. That is what we need to do, and that is nothing but processing. So we are having certain columns. On top of those particular columns, we need to perform certain functions. We need to apply certain functions, and the resultant, what it will be, a KPI. Okay, so in order to pick those particular columns from the given file, that is known as referring a column. Referring a column. Okay, so in PySpark, we can refer the column into multiple ways. Okay, so this is the one way in order to refer the columns, by using the call keyword. Okay, call is denoting column over here. You can refer the columns with the help of the pandas approach. In Python, like df, then column name, you can refer the columns with the help of this particular approach as well. So in PySpark, friends, we can refer the columns into different ways, referring columns in PySpark. Okay, so we will try to explore the different ways for referring a particular column. Okay. Or what I can say, different ways to refer a column in PySpark. The first way, like say refer or select, what I can say. So let me try to mention, say df dot select. With the help of select as well, you will be able to refer the column name. Say call name. Okay, this is the syntax. Okay, so df dot call name. Okay, df dot select and df call name. So this is the syntax. Just have a look. So over here, what I'm having, let me try to comment this. Okay, so this particular data frame is having these particular columns. But what I need to do, I'm just willing to have two columns only, say the BSc name and the drop call rate. So oh, so what I need to do, df dot select and say BSc name, I can select and say df dot BSc name and drop call rate. Okay, so I will be able to refer and what I can say, uh, two columns, two columns, or what I can say, I can write down the dot show function over here only. I can apply dot show over here only. What this particular select will do, it will try to refer these two columns from the given data frame, and I will be able to have two columns only. Okay, just have a look. df dot select BSc name and drop call rate. Okay, just have a look. So I have referred two columns only. Now, can someone tell me what is the benefit of this approach? What is the benefit of this approach? I have selected two columns only. Say I was having 200 columns. Assuming I was having 200 columns, but I have selected two columns or five columns only. What will be the benefit of this approach? Hmm? Can someone tell me what will be the benefit of selecting required columns only?
Sir, instead of complete analyzing the complete data, we can analyze
For
the
for
particular data.
optimization purpose.
Yes, definitely that will be the you can say benefit. Okay, so friends, once you are working with huge data set, it is not like you are working with say 300 or 400 MB of the data. You will be working on to say 300 TB, okay, 400 terabytes of data, 2 terabytes of data. That is huge. Okay, once you are having huge data and say you are calculating, you are creating a new KPI. Now in order to create a new KPI, if you are moving with the entire data set, then definitely it will be going to take much time. Okay, it will take huge time if you are moving with huge data set. What you can do, you can select the required data. Okay, you can select the required data, perform the operations, and pass the required data only to the customers. It is not like, say, if you have created the KPIs and all, until unless someone is not looking for the row counters, don't provide the row counters. You can try to cross verify this particular approach with KPI fetching tool. So you are working onto the different tools. Okay, say Nokia is having NetAct. So from the NetAct side, what we are having, we used to fetch the KPIs. So until unless we are not looking for the row counters which are required in order to build that particular KPI, we are not getting. We need to explicitly specify that I want to have these particular counters. Once we are going to drill that particular KPI, then we are getting the row counters and all details. Okay, once we need to cross verify, so then we are getting those particular details. So provide the required stuff to the client. It is not you are going to provide the entire laundry list. That is not making any sense. It is going to increase the load onto the processing side, and the latency will be huge. The latency will be high over there, and the job will not be the performant one. So try to pick the required one only. It is not like you will be moving with the entire laundry list. Okay, so selecting the required data is going to make your job performant. And how you will be able to select, with the help of df.select and the df bracket column name. This is one way of referring a particular column, how you will be able to select the required column. Okay, this is the first approach. First approach. First approach. First approach. Now we will be moving with the second one. Approach 2. Okay, in order to refer a particular column, what will be the second approach? So what you can do, you just try to mention df.select, and you can mention the column names. Say call name 1, call name 2. Okay, call name 2. This is the second approach. Simple one, df.select, and the column name 1, column name 2. Okay, just have a look. So I'm going to refer the column names with the second approach. So df bsc name is the first column, and drop call rate is the second column. Okay, and let me mention in this particular first approach, comment this as well, and say second approach. Okay, and dot show, I can try to list over here only. I'm not going to store this in another data frame. And like if you are going to work onto this particular data, then definitely you need to store it onto the another data frame. This particular operation will provide you another data frame. and on top of that you can run the dot show and any other, you can say, operation you can apply in order to get the outcome from that particular data, like count you can have, describe you can have, you can apply those particular functions. Okay, now let's have a look for referring the column names by second approach. Okay, just have a look. We are able to get the column names and all. Okay, so we have referred two columns only, and it has listed the two columns only. Okay, so this is the second approach in order to refer the column. Approach number 3, what it will be? Approach number 3, in order to refer a column. So what we are going to do? We are going to use the expression. Okay, expr. So df dot select and expression expr. Okay, and you can mention the column names and all, and it will work for you. So this is the third approach. Let me try to list over here. So approach number third. Third approach, and instead of select expr you are going to utilize. Okay, and let me comment this and do the execution. Okay, so it is also working, and we are able to select two columns from the given data frame, BSc name and drop call rate only. Moving further with fourth approach. Fourth approach. So inside the fourth approach, what will happen? This expression will go inside. Just have a look. Approach number 4. What it will be? Just moving the expression inside the bracket. expr. Okay, and expr bracket. Perfect. Okay, so the expression expr will go inside the brackets. So third approach, and this expression will go inside. And I need to import the expression. I need to import expression. Okay, so, and this is nothing but fourth approach. Why we are moving with this particular stuff? Because it might be possible in your upcoming organization you got certain code, and we don't know like which approach is will be referred by a particular developer. So once you will be getting these particular things, then you will be able to recognize that yes, over here we have selected the columns from the given data frame. Different ways, but the operation is the single one only. Okay, referring the columns. Okay, we are having different approach to refer a column, but the outcome will remain same in each and every approach. So expression is move inside the brackets, and it has been removed from here, and then like we will be able to get the outcome. Okay, just have a look. We are able to get the outcome. The same outcome we are able to get. Okay, then fifth approach. Okay, fifth approach we already seen. We have already seen this particular approach, that is by mentioning the column names with the help of, you can say, the call keyword. Approach 5, that what it will be, you just need to mention the call name, the call, and instead of expression you can mention the call name over here. Okay, call. Okay, so call and column name and all. Okay, so mhm, hmm. Fifth approach, instead of, you can say, expression, you can use the call keyword. And just have a look, we will be able to get the same output. Okay, so we are able to get the same output. Okay, so these are the different ways in order to refer a particular column inside the PySpark. Ultimate goal is to select a particular column. We are having multiple ways. Okay, in order to select, we can opt a particular way, perform the operations on top of those particular columns, and we will be able to get the output. Okay, that is the second topic, like how to refer the columns in PySpark world. Okay, moving further, is it fine with everyone?
Yes,
Simple
Ashok,
one, huh?
fine.
Okay,
Yes, Ashok. All good.
perfect. Moving further, what we are having, say, with column functionality. With column, with column. So with column is a function which is utilized to create new column. Okay, how to create, and it is the interview question as well. In PySpark, how to create new columns in PySpark. So the answer is with column functionality, with column clause. So with the help of with column clause, you will be able to create the new column names, new columns inside the PySpark. Okay, so with column, in order to create the new columns, in order to add the new column name, what you can do, you can apply this with column functionality. Okay, so just have a look. What I can do, moving further, what we are having with column functionality. With column clause. With column clause. So what I'm having this particular data frame. Okay, drop call rate. So Okay, so what we can do, so what we can do on to this particular data frame, say this will be a new data frame. Instead of this, what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to have this particular data frame df and say new df. New df, what it will be, okay, so I'm going to select these particular columns, BSc name and drop call rate, and onto this particular, you can say, operation, onto this particular new data frame, I'm going to apply with column, you can say, transformation. With column transformation I'm going to apply, and uh, I'm going to add a column, say, DCR analysis. I'm going to add a new column name, DCR analysis, and based upon certain DCR condition, say, let me try to, if this particular, when the DCR greater than say 2%, so what we can have, DCR high, otherwise DCR low. Okay, so we can move with this particular approach. So what I'm going to do, you just need to pay attention over here. So new df, okay, dot with column functionality, and onto this new df, I'm going to have the new column name, say DCR analysis. DCR analysis, and DCR analysis, what it will be, this is the new column name, what it will be. So what I can have, when uh, DCR, okay, drop call rate, when df drop call rate, I just need to import when as well. Okay, when df drop call rate, okay, that is perfectly fine, greater than 2. Okay, so what I will do, I will have, say, DCR high, okay, dot otherwise, otherwise DCR low, dot show. Things are looking fine. Okay, let me try to do the execution, and let's have a look. Height, it will be high, not height. DCR high and DCR low. What has happened? When one missing positional argument value is this one. When df is greater than 2, We have given the value. When drop call rate. DCR analysis will be the new column, and DCR drop call rate greater than 2, then it will be DCR high dot otherwise DCR low dot show. It should work. When missing one argument, nothing is missed. Df this. Okay. So it will be like this. When df is greater than this, okay, otherwise this. Okay, now it will work probably. Missing argument. It's simple.
We missed the with column close. Let's say
It will work. It will work. Positional argument we have given. So when is going to take condition, outcome, okay, value. Now it will take value. Okay, just have a look. Okay, so DCR low, DCR high, DCR low, DCR high, right? So you are able to do the analysis, right? Is
right,
it?
so
Yeah.
yes, correct.
Gaurav, Rohit?
So one
Yes.
thing here, can I ask one thing here? Like we are inserting the column after the drop call rate. If we are inserting after the BSC, is there a possible way? Like if we can insert before BSC or in the mid of these two columns? Hello.
Actually, new column name will come at the end on in the like at the last only. Drop or it is alphabetically sorted. Just let me check. DA. Okay. Analysis. It will come at the end only, but let me check. Like, is it going to sort alphabetically or not? Okay, so probably it is based upon the condition. Like if now we are performing the operation onto the say drop call rate. Okay,
Suppose if we are performing the operation on BSC, then it will reflect
just a
after the
minute.
BSC.
So what we can do, we need to change the position. So drop call rate and the BSC name. Okay, drop call rate, now it will come in between. These things I have not tried. Now it will come in the middle of DCR and no.
I think it will come in last only.
It is coming in last only. Yeah. Okay.
Uh, okay.
It is coming last only. So see, so what you can do, you can run the select operation once again. Okay, select operation once again, and now you can mention the column names. So say you want to have analysis over there, so you can mention analysis over there, over here. Okay, this is something what we have seen in RDs. Okay, selecting columns and all. New df dot show, right? So it will change the positions. At first we will be having drop call rate, then analysis, then BSC name. You can change the positions. Okay, just have a look. So previously it was like this. Now we have selected in our required way, then analysis is in middle, right?
Right, sir.
Is it fine with everyone? Okay, in this particular way you will be able to change the position of the column. Almost same stuff we have seen in RDs, right?
Yeah, sir.
Are you able to recall? Okay, so this is a little bit complicated stuff in order to, you can say, add a column. Now the simple one, what it will be, say new df dot with column. Normally inside once like we are going to work with these particular clauses, so with we can have the simple operations, a new column, and what the new column name, what it will be, new column name, the value what it will be, say drop call rate into say 2. Okay, so what it will do, it is going to create a new column in this particular data frame. Okay, and new df dot show. Okay, so the name, what it will be, new column name, and it is just double of the DCR. Okay, so in this particular what we are doing, we are like creating a new column. It is going to work onto this particular logic, that will be the value for the new column, and then we are listing it. Just have a look. Okay, so what we are able to get, we are able to get the double of the DCR in the new column. So The DCR was 0.52, so its double is 1.04, 3.33, 6.66 is the double. So simple one. The syntax will be the simple. Okay, so we just need to mention the new column name that we are going to create and what value I need to have in this particular column. So this is the simple stuff in order to learn. But over here, with respect to have the analysis on top of the data, what we are having, what we have done, if the drop call rate is greater than 2%, then we can have DCR high. Okay. And if otherwise like DCR low, so it is going to check this particular column DCR call rate. If it is greater than 2, so DCR high will be printed, otherwise DCR low will be printed. We have seen this. And the normal syntax, what it will be with column, that is going to create the new column name, and new column name you need to mention what you want to have and what will be the value. Okay, so if you don't want to work onto this particular, you can say, column, you can mention value, say DCR high, low, whatever. Okay, you can mention the value over here and that will be given to each and every record. Okay, so this is the simple stuff. Now you can take certain stuff as an assignment. Okay, so you can do the analysis. You can create new columns based upon SDCCH and say drop call rate. Okay, SDCCH drop call rate and drop call rate. So you need to work on two conditions, have the analysis and create the new columns over here. Let me mention over here. First, let me copy and paste this. Okay, with column. So with the help of this, you will be able to create new columns. Assignment, what it will be? Create new column based upon analysis on two columns. SDCCH drop call rate and drop call rate. Okay, you need to work onto these two columns in order to create a new column, and you can mention the name, say DCR and SDCCH analysis. Okay, so this you can take as an assignment. Okay, so this is with clause, with column clause. Okay, with column clause, that is going to create the new column. New column can be like, you can have a single value within for all the records. You can have a value based upon one column. You can have values based upon the multiple columns. And it will depends upon you how you are going to perform the analysis and providing the outcome in the new column based upon your analysis. Okay, this is with column clause. And friends, what we are doing over here, we are moving with the second phase, that is processing. We have taken the look and feel of the data, we read what we read. Okay, now slowly we are moving towards the analysis of that particular data, analysis or processing of that particular data. We are processing something, we are willing to take certain insight from this particular data. Okay, inside the processing phase, once we will be having certain outcome, then what we will do, we will write it onto the disk, or we can store it in files, charts, dashboard, whatever. Okay, so slowly we are moving in order to have the analysis of our data. Okay, so you can take it as an assignment. Moving further, what I'm going to explain, say distinct operation. Simple one. Distinct operation. We have seen this distinct operation, like it is going to provide you the the unique records, distinct operation, distinct clause. What it will do? Returns a new data frame with distinct records. Distinct records. Record means rows from original. Okay. So just have a look. Uh, So what we are having? We are having this particular data. Okay. New data frame, and let me try to comment this and say new df equal to new df at this moment. So whatever the processing will happen, it will move inside the new df only. And now on new df, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply distinct operation. Okay. And what it will do, it will provide me the unique records. Okay. Distinct new def dot distinct dot show, that is perfectly fine. Just have a look. Okay, so these are the distinct record from this particular data set. So like 26 RJEB JD1 and 0.52. So these are nothing but the distinct records. Like what it is going to do, it is going to check, say distinct. What is the meaning of distinct over here? Say we are having three columns, col 1, col 2, col 3. Okay, we are having three columns. One, say RAJ, and say 0.52. Okay. Okay, in the same fashion, what we are having 1.53, okay, and 1.52. Okay, so once I'm going to apply the distinct operation onto this particular data, what it will revert? It will revert this particular outcome. It is having duplicacy in say two rows, so that duplicacy will be removed, not removed, but it is going to return just single value, and it is not going to provide the duplicate record. Okay, right? Is it fine? Is it fine?
Yes,
Yes,
so
yes.
fine.
Instinct. So in the same function, we are having drop duplicate as well. Duplicates, drop duplicates. So it is working into this in the same way. Drop duplicates. It is going to drop the duplicate records. So once we are going to run distinct and drop duplicates, we will be getting the same output. But drop duplicate can be applied on a single column. Say this drop duplicates, and you can mention say col 1. Okay, so col 1. So what it will do, it will provide just one record. It is just with respect to the column 1, it is going to remove the rest of the stuff and provide the single record only. It is going to remove the duplicates. Okay, so we will see drop duplicates in our next session. I think that is fine. So what you can do, you can proceed with these particular exercises. Okay, and try to do the practice, and tomorrow we will have more discussion on to the rest of the functions what we are having. A lot of stuff, a lot of functions are there, say drop duplicates, drop fill na. Okay, so we will try to move with missing value handling and all. Okay, then certain column renamed functions will be there. Okay, we will try to rename the columns and all. Okay, so that we will see in our next session. We will be having certain column level operations and all. In tomorrow's session we will drill onto those particular stuffs. Okay, and from in tomorrow's session, like we will be having certain online, you can say, practices as well, what we have seen in case of RDs. So I will share certain data frames, and you need to perform certain operations onto that particular data frame, and then we will try to match the outcome. Okay, so that's it for this particular session, friends. If you are having any doubt, you can ask. Anything that is coming in your mind now. Let me stop the recording. Gaurav.